I'm out on this beautiful spring day. It's an incredible day. Very warm. Perhaps you can hear the bees buzzing in the background. So I've got all this cherry blossom everywhere around me and apple trees. And yeah, it's a beautiful spot here. I'm doing a comparison between two incredible machines, the Nokta Makro Legend and the Deus 2. So let's get on with it, shall we? What are we going to find today? Nothing. There was a target somewhere. Scratchy, 42, 45, 47. Not nice. 50s. 21. Mixture of iron and non-ferrous. So ferrous, non-ferrous, sort of jumping in between the two. Interesting. Okay, first find is going to be junk, I would think, but we'll dig it anyway. And we'll see what the comparison is like. Come back to you in a moment. So around 6 to 7 inches deep was this. I mean, it's iron. Let me get in the sun for you, sorry. It is iron, so they were right to say it wasn't a very nice target. But sometimes these old artifacts, you've got to dig them. I mean, I like that. I've no idea what it is. It looks a bit like a door handle. Not sure what else that could be off. Mystery item number 1. See what the next. Well, what do I say? Caught a glimpse of something. This is the same hole again. I mean, I've had this happen before. You dig your hole and then you check your hole and there's something else. So that irony grunty signal I found, and then there's this 50s signal here, and then on the legend it's a 1920. Can't get, oh yeah, it's struggling between the ferrous and non-ferrous, but I think it's mostly ferrous. I have a very friendly bee here somewhere. Gotta be a little bit careful with these guys. Hello, yes. Right, now I can see it. But what is it? I am quite excited by that. I'll come back to you in a moment, guys. So this is, I mean, it's in the same hole, but I will say, because it's a completely different target, I guess, I would say that's target number 2. But I'll be back with you in a moment. Well, I don't know. I've sprayed it off a little bit. You can see where there was a loop at the top, so it's a medallion of some kind. Can't see any detail on it because of this greenery, but perhaps I can take a look at it closer later on. But I'm very, very happy with that. That's made my day. So that's target number 2. Now, what can you say? 50s with the legend, not with the legend, with the Deus 2 is normally something like lead. So you would dig it, or at least I would. I mean, I'd dig everything, but you know, I would dig that anyway, even if I was being careful. And I don't know, with the 20, with the legend, I don't know. I think it's not such a good number, but I'm still learning the legend. It goes to show that you've got to be careful with these numbers and pretty much dig everything, no matter what machine you have. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to move on to the next target. Target number 3. Out of the wind. a 65-66. The Deus 2. Doesn't matter which way you go, it's still a very stable signal. Legend, all non-ferrous, 27-28. Same that way, 27-28. Pretty much all non-ferrous. Cool. Do you reckon aluminium? I hope not. Number 3, hopefully is something interesting. Moving on. I mean, not moving on. I'll show you in a minute when I dug it. Well, that would be target number 3. It looks and feels like lead to me, but it also looks like it has a shape of some kind. Looks like it has a pattern on it. It could be just a random piece of lead. I'll give that a quick squirty and I'll come back to you. Well, a little bit of spraying later. It's not any better. I think it's just a random blob of lead, but it looked, you know, like it was a wing with these what looked like feather ends, but yeah, don't think so. You can really let your imagination run wild when it comes to lead. But anyway, cool find. Moving on. Got to be careful with these, well, I think tulips here, but there is a target. 43-45 on the Deus and 18-19 on the Legend 20. Probably nothing good, but you know, the only way you can learn these machines is dig everything and then you'll be able to compare things better. But anyway, I'll see you in a bit when I found it. Well, that's kind of interesting. That's target number 4. And it's a broken knife blade. Intix or something like that. Can't tell. Perhaps it's supposed to be that way around. Not sure. Not sure. But yeah, that's kind of a cool find. I'm surprised by that, to be honest, with the numbers. Okay, moving on. Target number 5. $73.72 jumpy signal. Nokta Legend. Ooh. Okay, let's try this way around. 53, 63, 72. It's not nice. It's all over the place. Gets it a little bit, a little tiny bit. I'd have to play with the settings on that one. Okay. Yeah, I'll dig it and get back to you, see if it's anything good. Well, number 5, I think, is just a piece of lead, but that surprised me because so far the Legend has kept up with the Deus, but on this target not. Missed this one pretty much completely, and it's not a small piece of lead, and it was down, I don't know, 5 maybe 6 inches at most. And yeah, don't know what to say about that. There's definitely one on that one. Just as a reminder, this one's in general mode, nothing fancy done to it. The other one is in field mode, multi 1. So, you know, I'm not doing anything amazing with these things. I'm not trying to show off their best qualities. I'm just setting them into like a normal general hunting settings. So that's why I was so surprised by that lead being missed. But that's a really loud 82. Probably a bullet casing. Yeah, it's not so nice that way. 84, 85, but the sound doesn't sound good. The Legend's 37, 41. That way, 40, 40, 41. More stable the one way than the other. All non-ferrous. I'll come back to you in a moment. Well, it's not a bullet casing. Oh, it's part of a harmonica. And the interesting thing is that it has the wood still attached to it. I find a lot of these harmonica reeds, but I have never found one with wood still on it. So that's an absolute first for me. Wow. Just wondering, you know, who sat here underneath this apple tree at some point, playing a tune, looking at the surroundings, not a care in the world. He puts it down, packs up his lunch and walks off without realizing he dropped it. And maybe 50 years or 100 years later I come along and find it. I love this hobby. That's number, I don't know now I've lost it again. Where are we? Number 5 or number 6? Number 6. 5, 6, 6 maybe. Moving on. Number 7. Deus is finding that difficult to find. It's 50s, 57. I guess that would be lead. 56, 58. Legend gets it. 2021. No idea whether it's ferrous or non-ferrous. But that's hitting that target, same as the Deus. Come back to you in a moment. About 4 inches down was this lump of lead. Yeah. Could it be something? Is it just a lump of lead? I don't know. My imagination runs wild. See what the next. That was number 7, I think. Number 8. 76. With the Deus too. 75, 76. Same that way. Not very nice. Well, sorry guys, my GoPro battery's just died, so I've got to use my backup camera, which is awful with the sound. Signal on this Legend is 33. I'll come back to you when number 8 is only a piece of something, perhaps a piece of a buckle. Find 2 more and we'll see what comes. Well, yeah, backup camera. Sorry about the sound on this, it's not very good. That's a 46, 47, 46. Oh, there's another target. Oh, perhaps we'll make these 2 last targets, and that's a 52. So that's a different numbers. Let's have a look at the Legend. Sorry about the string getting in the way. It's a 17. Pretty much all non-ferrous. It's, I would think aluminium, I guess. 17. And the other one, the 19. So not much difference. I'll dig these 2. That's the 2 last targets, and I'll get back to you. So, in this wonderful first hole was this piece of junk. Yeah, just a piece of aluminium. And I found gold in the second hole. No, it's just aluminium that's painted with gold. And who sits at home thinking, let's do this cruel stuff for some metal detectors to find later? Okay. Anyway, that's it. End of another 10-hole hunt. One really cool item. I'd love to know what that is. And I think there is one World War II guy who's watches my channel who may know exactly what that is, and I'll put a link to his channel below. He's a really cool young man, does a lot of great work. He's going to start a museum at some point. Anyway, I'm moving on. Well, a short wrap up to this one. In the end, in the same hole, I found most of the pieces, I think, of a complete harmonica. It's definitely seen better days, but I have never found a complete one, or mostly a complete one before. I've only ever found the metal pieces. So I've ticked one off my bucket list, which I didn't know was on there, finding a complete-ish one. It took me a long time to find the first piece of a harmonica reed, and since then I found loads of them. What can I say about this? I have no idea what that is. I don't know. I mean, surely it can't be a door handle, but I have no idea what that could be. Piece of a broken thing, maybe off a buckle. This was a mystery, this lead. The legend didn't like this at all. The Deus hit this perfect, but the legend said nope. And it wasn't that deep, and it's not a tiny object, so I don't know if it was sort of somehow lying on its edge or somehow perhaps that way up. I don't know. I don't know why the legend couldn't hit that, but it failed in multi 1 anyway. And then the best find of this hunt, you can see where the top ring has broken off this. I don't know if this is a wartime medallion of some kind. There was a lot of war history in that area. Not sure about it. You can see that these are slightly smaller on the sides, top and bottom is slightly bigger. I cannot see anything. I've tried looking under a torch with a magnifying glass. I cannot see anything on it, unfortunately. Now, as usually happens, after this hunt, I carried on for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes afterwards, and I had unbelievable finds. Really totally crazy. Coins, silver, all sorts of things, weird and wonderful things. So I'll put a short video up of those finds because they are a video on their own, really. I mean, I don't know, you know, you search for hours in a place and you hardly find a thing, and then all of a sudden you stumble across an area that's full of targets. So don't ever give up on a piece of ground if you can help it, because it's never hunted out. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I am moving on.